Hey guys, what's up? It's Shadowfire 204 here, and today I am here with another, well, I guess another video. Today I'm obviously drawing Darth Vader. I'm gonna see if I can turn the flash on. I'm actually trying to test out this new live stream feature that's on the mobile version, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, let's try Okay, I just want to make sure because right when I click on the button to uh, enable flash, it has a mute microphone button. I thought that I might have bumped that. So okay, so this is what I got so far. I'm probably gonna ink it. You know, I'm trying to do this without references, and I kind of have to. Well, whether I want to or not, I kind of have to do it without any because I'm recording this now. This is just all from memory, except for the nose. The nose is something I did have to look up because I couldn't remember the exact shape of it. Also, I am probably going to get some things wrong, especially in the vents, since I'm not sure the exact number of like lines or placements, that he has in there. So, yeah, let's get into it, I guess. Also, sorry if my commentary isn't the greatest, especially since I'm going to be drawing am drawing, and uh, actually, also I'm actually really worried because I'm using a microphone that's in my earbuds, and I'm not really sure how well you guys can actually hear me. So, but yeah, anyway, yeah, sorry if the commentary is not the greatest. I'm not good at commentary in general, and also I'm going to be probably concentrating a bit on the drawing. Also, this is probably going to be a little bit more difficult considering I'm doing this with one hand. I'm used to having both hands on the paper. That's not, having one hand, whatever. Uh, it's just kind of weird for me, even though I am just using one hand to draw with. Also, yeah, no, this has to stop over here somewhere. Let's make this thinner. I'm also not sure how I'm going to do this when it comes to inking because, um, it's all black. I mean, sure, shading and having the shiny stuff, but still. I can't remember how this part goes. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't think this is completely accurate. Yeah, it does not look accurate to me. Well, then again, there is like little X-looking things in the inside. Let's hope it looks better whenever I go over it with the pen. kind of what it is. It's just a little crosshatch X thing. Oh, hey. Actually didn't expect to get any viewers while it was actually live. Okay. Thanks for joining, by the way. Oh yeah, and also thank you for all those tips the other night on the other video. That's not looking. You don't have notifications. Oh, I'm not really happy with how this is looking. Yeah, the little chain thing will go around here. By the way, can you... Oh, never mind. It says I don't have any viewers left anymore. Oh. So it says I don't have any viewers, but I'm not sure if you're still there or not. Because I know... Oh, okay. That's one thing I hate about live streaming is it will tell me how many people are viewing, and then then it'll like go down to 0, and it turns out there's like 10 people watching, and I don't even know it. Yeah, yeah, I've been, working on drawing my entire life, so just practicing and stuff. Mostly self-taught. I've never liked art classes. For me, anyways, it kind of restricts my creativity and what I want to do because I'm always doing these really stupid projects that I really don't like, and half the time it doesn't have anything to do with drawing, which is the only thing I'm really interested in doing when it comes to art, not painting. Which, I mean, painting would be nice if I actually could do it. I can't. But drawing, that I can do that, or at least to some extent. I'm not the greatest, but I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something, and I feel like I could move on to the inking, but at the same time, I feel like I'm missing something. I do want to put more details into certain things, but yeah. By the way, so can you hear me very well? Because like I was saying before you join the stream, I'm using the mic in my earbuds, so I'm not sure if you can hear me well, if at all. And I'm actually not. I'm actually worried I'm just talking to myself, and nothing getting picked up. This doesn't look even enough to me. Maybe maybe it'll look better with the shading and it kind of blending in with the black back here. I'm gonna put like a little bit of shiny whatever here. Probably won't look that great, but whatever. Okay, I'm looking at this on the camera. This looks way too high compared to over here. Also, this eye is bugging me because I did this one first before I started the live stream, and I liked it. And then I drew this one, and it looks like smaller and more round. I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. Let's see. Uh, yeah, I'm actually not sure what I'm gonna do when it comes to shading and inking and all that, because of all the lines and everything having to be black. And yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. Huh. Clean some of this up a little bit. I don't know, how does that look so far? I'm not entirely happy with it. That's my problem. It's just that little corner. Yeah, the eyes are definitely something that's bugging me a lot. Then the vent, like I said earlier, I'm hoping that will look better once I go over it with the pen, which I'm probably going to do here in a second because I'm not really sure what else to add. Other than just like areas like this. To make sure I don't, have places to have light, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for The Last Jedi. Um, probably won't, with my luck, I probably won't get a chance to go see it, but I'm really hoping I do in theaters. I think it's funny. I've always wanted to watch a Star Wars movie in theaters my entire life, and then The Force Awakens came out, and then I wanted to go see Hateful Eight also for my birthday, which is in January, and went to see Force Awakens. Loved it. I went with my grandma and grandpa, who I didn't know until that point never watched Star Wars before, not a single movie in the entire franchise. Not even the old, the original trilogy. Which, yeah. So yeah, I was kind of shocked by that, and I was like, you just kind of ruined a lot, skipping to this one instead of watching the other ones. I mean, apart from a few small things, the prequels aren't worth watching. At least in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so I was really excited to finally go see a Star Wars film, and a potentially really good one in theaters for the first time ever. And whenever we went, I went with my grandma, like I said, and then the very next day I went to my aunt and uncle's house, and they wanted to go see it. I was like, I don't mind watching it another time. So we went and watched it. And then I think I watched it with somebody else like a few days later. And then I watched it for my birthday in January, instead, because I wanted to go see Hateful Eight, but everybody wanted to just sit in the car and bitch about stuff for some reason. So we missed even though we were there for like 20 minutes before Hateful Eight was even supposed to start. We missed it because everyone was just complaining and didn't want to move, and I was like the only person like, let's go. And yeah, I still wanted to watch something, and I thought they would probably enjoy Star Wars, so I said fuck it, and we went in and watched it. And then I got the DVD, and I think I've only watched it once since I've actually bought it, and then I've actually been watching more of the original trilogy, or I guess the 2011 edits of the original trilogy. Which, by the way, I've never seen any of the edits up until 2015. Just shortly before or shortly after watching The Force Awakens. I've never seen any of the edits. I had the whole original trilogy on VHS from that my dad used to own, and I mean I don't have all of them anymore because he took them with him. But I've been like talking too much and not focusing on the drawing. Jesus. But yeah, we had the entire original trilogy on VHS. None of them were any edited versions from '94. I think it was '94. 2004. I think yeah, wasn't it '94? I don't know. 2004 or the 2011 edits. It was none of those. It was just the original version, and that was the only version I'd ever seen. And the last time I saw any Star Wars, like original Star Wars trilogy of Star Wars films was when I was like 4 to 5 or so. Back on the VHS, and just never watched them again. I don't know why. I think it's just because we stopped using our VHS. We still owned it for a long time, and then we got rid of it and got another one eventually once we moved out and stuff. But yeah, by that point I only had a new. I only had I didn't. I think I only had 2 of them left. I had the original Star Wars, and does it go all the way up, or does it go like that? I can't remember. I hate how this is not focusing. I think we had that and Empire Strikes Back, but by that point we couldn't watch it, and I think we lost it. Empire Strikes Back in a move. So now the only one we have is the original Star Wars. Wait, no. Okay, I added one too many here. Yeah. Yeah. If you do ever watch a Star Wars movie, I do suggest the originals, not the prequels. I guess I'm on that bandwagon, but I I did enjoy the prequels, but that was when I was a little kid, and as I grew up, I was realizing this is god awful. And I really couldn't stand watching them, and it wasn't even because everybody else hated them. I just couldn't stand watching them anymore. Realizing how bad it was written and everything. God, I'm trying to figure out how this goes. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. This is supposed to be. Oh. I guess I'm not doing this with a reference, and I can't do this with a reference either way. Because I'm having to film this on my phone. I don't have anything else to look at. I don't know, this doesn't look right without a cape. Here. Actually, since this side's looking better to me than this side is, maybe, yeah, I'll probably cover this side up with the cape. Yeah, if you're into anything like that, like Star Wars type stuff, yeah, I would definitely recommend watching the original trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Although Return of the Jedi is probably the worst of the original trilogy. It's kind of when George Lucas was like, "Yeah, we need to make it more kid friendly and to sell more toys." So Ewoks were made, and I don't personally have a problem with the Ewoks, but watching it and seeing them interact with the Ewoks, yeah, you can tell. It's not the third one, or I guess episode 6. I don't think it's written that well, especially at least in when it comes to anything on Endor with the Ewoks. Screwed this up. Yeah, I'm not good at chains, even though they should be pretty easy compared to a lot of other things. I'll just do this with the cape like I originally had on here. I can make this look a bit nicer once I get to the inking, and I can erase some of these lines and stuff. Alright. So it's black, 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 gray. Hopefully this cape will look okay by the time I'm done with this. I've never been good at doing this little folded up thing. I've always tried to make it look good, but I've never been able to do it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'll just put the cape like that a little bit. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm doing this on my bed, so yeah, it's a real smart idea, especially with the racing and then all shaving things. It's great. It's getting all over my blanket. Then again, I don't really have anywhere else to do this, so. Oh, I think I should probably move on to inking it. I'm not probably gonna do much more than this. I had another video on my channel, not too extremely long ago, but I did it of a Punisher picture that I drew. It was, let's just say the picture was god awful. I honestly hate it. At least the finished product, which you can see me finishing in that video. I did a horrible job on it. It's just, yeah, just kind of, this is where things should be at. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to get into the inking. I don't know what these pens are called. I wish I had something to hold my camera besides one of my hands. Yeah, I don't know what these kind of pens are called with these little tips. I wish I could focus the camera, but I can't do it while I'm live streaming like this. Because I'm not using like my phone camera, like the actual app. I'm using whatever it's going through on YouTube. Alright, I need to stop. I'm like, as I'm doing this, I'm kind of looking at it through the camera instead of what I'm actually drawing, so I need to stop doing that before I potentially ruin something. I think I already fucked up right there. Also, the shadows from the flash are actually screwing me up a lot right now. Because I can't completely see what I'm doing. Let's go over all this stuff first. Alright. Next eye. As much as I don't like it so that much, I guess we're gonna make it permanent the way it looks. Still don't think it looks right though. Earbud wires are getting in the way as well. I think I screwed up here. Good thing you can erase ink, you know. I mean, I have whiteout, but I don't think it would look right with this paper, and I can't use it right, I guess. So it just kind of blobs up everywhere instead of coming out like in a line like it would with a pen, because it's a whiteout pen. So okay, so since you said you've never seen any of the Star Wars movies, God, the camera's like shaky. Definitely watch the original trilogy. Watch it first if you ever do watch it. If you ever do choose to watch any of them, watch the original trilogy and watch it first. If you watch the prequels, yeah, still watch the original trilogy first. Even though if you watch the prequels, you're watching it chronologically. First off, it kind of, you probably know the big spoiler, but it kind of just ruins things that you wouldn't know. Like, if you never knew anything about Star Wars at all, and you watched the prequels first, not knowing anything about any of the movies at all, it does spoil some things that happen in the original trilogy. Especially with this character. So yeah, my favorites would probably have to be the Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, then maybe Return of the Jedi, with Force Awakens probably being slightly ahead of that, and Rogue One. I don't know. It's not. I, this isn't official for me anyway, but except for Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back is the best in my opinion. Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, probably Force Awakens, Rogue One, and then Return of the Jedi. Although Rogue One and Force Awakens could be switched around, I'm not sure, or they're at least tied. I'll definitely watch all Star Wars movies. I know they have a lot of movies. I'll those, yeah. So, I'm not going to spoil anything for Force Awakens for you. But the only bad thing I have to really say about it is the plot. The plot, I think they were doing it intentionally, but the plot is basically the same plot as the original, or as it's better known as A New Hope, or Episode 4. It's overall the same plot, and it copies a lot of moments. It just does it in a different way with different characters. Uh, but besides that, if you can get over that, I think it's a really good and enjoyable film. Although people, just for that one fact, were hating the movie, even though it is a really good movie, at least in my opinion. Anyway, I don't think it deserved the hate that it was getting, or at least the hate that I heard it was getting. George Lucas, the original creator of Star Wars, he didn't like it, especially for that fact. He said it was just a remake-will, I think is what he said. Sequel, remake of the original Star Wars. Which he didn't really like, but he said he did enjoy Rogue One. Then again, I don't hate George Lucas or anything, or I'm not gonna. Yeah. But, yeah, he definitely. I don't know. He's not the greatest after the prequels. I don't know. I was gonna go somewhere with what I was about to say, but yeah, I don't know. I forgot. Quality commentary. Like I said, though, I am kind of still new to this stuff. I'm honestly surprised my channel blew up at all from those Shadow of War videos, and anybody that doesn't, even though those don't have commentary, but anyone who's watched since then, who's watched any of my videos with the commentary, I'm actually surprised that anyone at all likes those. Considering how much I suck at it. Alright. I really suck at filming this. There's a comic book artist, Todd McFarlane. He does these videos where he does his own little drawing stuff, like live, and he always has someone else filming it. That definitely would be nice. Although he has like one of the digital like little screen things, like their touch screen things, or at least you can use a pen with them. I wish I could get one of those. Everyone's like, use a tablet. It's like, I have a tablet. And like, you can just get apps on those, but you can't. At least not good apps. I want like the like professional software and stuff that guy, well, that McFarlane was using, and the pen, like everything to the stylus, and just whatever that thing is called that he was using, the little monitor thing. I don't know why, but looking at the camera, the black lines, they're a lot thicker on camera, or at least they look like. I don't know if it's just the angle that I'm holding it. God, I hate how this isn't focusing, but yeah, they look a lot thicker than they do. One thing that's nice about this, though, is I don't think I like the general look of it, the shiny area. One thing that's nice is I can just cover it up, so. I'm really not good at filming like this. If you could tell from the covering up the camera with my hand thing and saying it multiple times. What am I recording this with? I'm using my phone. That's a Samsung Galaxy S5. So, yeah. Yeah, there's no need to really put too much detail or anything into that, since it's into these lines since they're just going to blend in with the back anyway. There's different shades of black in this pen, this type of pen. Make things a bit easier. Yeah, it is getting tired. My hand, yeah, it's getting pretty tired. This is my second time doing this. I think this is actually, yeah, this is going on 5 minutes longer than my last video that I did this with. Yeah, I think the vents are looking a bit better. Not the greatest, but definitely a bit better than they were before. I'll put this little shiny parts in there instead of where I have them on the outside right here. Or hopefully I'll remember to do that when it comes to shading this in. This is gonna be hard for that. Yep, almost 40 minutes. Yeah, the last one was like 30 minutes, and I think I either made it private or I made it an unlisted video. But I'm not gonna show anyone that because it was awful. Just the picture itself, I hated it once it was finished. The overall outline with the Punisher logo on it, like on his chest, I thought it looked really great, but once I got to actually drawing his face and stuff, and actual inking itself, I ruined it. I'm kind of pissed off with myself for that. God, I hate how this won't focus. It'd be easier if I do these, like sideways chain links, first, rather than as I go. Yeah, it's a little bit easier. Doesn't look the greatest, but it'll do, I guess. That's what every great artist says, it'll do. Yeah, I am hoping to someday do something with comic books, but I don't think I'll ever get that good, sadly. I would love to become a comic book artist. It's like pretty much my dream job. That or writing scripts for screenplays for movies. I would love to do either one of those. It's funny because I keep saying I'm terrible at explaining things, which is something a writer needs to be able to do, and then I'm writing stuff. I'm completely backwards with stuff, I guess. Yeah, I need to make this look neater with the lines. vents up here. I almost forgot those. I was bitching about the most earlier. One thing I almost forgot. I'm not sure if I should even attempt to, actually, shade in the vents or anything like that. Okay. I'm gonna do this the entire way up the thing, but I want to have I want to have the illusion that there's a line there at least. And I get I don't know, whatever. I'm an idiot. Okay, just a second. Yeah, by the way, I might be muting my mic occasionally. I don't know if you guys heard that in the background, but people are yelling, so I don't want that stuff in my videos. So I'll probably mute it for the next minute or two. Okay, I guess there's no reason to mute my mic for the moment, or at least for the time being. Can you check my messages on my phone? I've been getting a few text messages while I've been live streaming, which could be potentially important. It doesn't look like they are. Yeah, the whole my hand getting tired thing, that's definitely starting to happen right now. So, how's it looking so far? Now that I've actually added some shading stuff into it. probably gonna cover it all in black. I don't really have any other colors though I could use, especially since it is all black, and I wish there was like different shades of black that I could use, especially with this ink and stuff, but I don't think that you can get that, so. But how are you gonna see all the details? Yeah, see that's what I was saying, is that's like the big thing I'm worried about, and the big challenge I guess with this. That's the only thing where you really can see all the details in his mask is the little shiny parts in the movies. So, and they're not white and stuff like they're gonna be in this, but they're whatever. You get how lighting and shading works, at least in real life, at the very least. All right. It's definitely gonna be difficult though. God, I wish I had like something to hold this for me. All right. I'll probably do a very thin line, or at least as thin as I can get it on this area. So you can still tell there's a triangle here. Alright, so that's what I've got so far. So yeah, you see, you can still see some of it. The details and shapes like that. My only thing is this little triangle, this vent is kind of underneath his chin. And I'm not sure how to show that like three-dimensionally, because it's not like I can make this pop out at all. Also, these little lines here kind of show where the jaw ends and the neck begins. Now it's going to be covered in with black, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that either. I guess since this is more of the brighter side, I could do this. Although I have lighting everywhere, including places that wouldn't make sense, I do think I could consider this side to be where the lighting is coming from. Or at least this side maybe somewhere in front of him. I was also trying to figure out the eyes. I guess I'm probably just gonna keep them white, because in some of the movies they're black. Some of the movies they're like this. They have this reddish tint to them, but you don't really get close enough to see that they're red, so they kind of just still look black. I don't know. The original movie had the reddish tint, I think, and then the third of the prequels had that too. Which, by the way, speaking of prequels, third is probably the best. it still has horrible, horrible writing in it, but the ending fight scene is great. There's a character named General Grievous. I love that character. I don't know about anybody else. No one seems to talk about him. Uh, but I love that character, although he gets, well, he's I almost, okay, I'm an idiot. But, so, I loved his character. And the only other thing that's really worth watching, the only things that are worth watching in the prequels is Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan, the young version of Obi-Wan. Uh, he's the only person who really put any effort into it, or at least effort that showed. He's not the only person, but uh, he gave it his all, and he definitely worked with what he had. So, and they're thinking about making an anthology film based on Obi-Wan, and I'm really hoping they cast him again, since they've cast some people from the prequels, because they had a lady who was in the original movies, and they had a look-alike come in at the end of the third prequel movie. She looked almost completely identical, but Disney's trying to distance themselves from the prequels as much as possible. I'm gonna like move my stuff around. I'm sitting and I'm gonna like lay down to do this because this is getting very uncomfortable. But yeah, anyway, and there's also another character from the prequels. They both make an appearance in Rogue One, and it's the same actors. So I'm hoping they will be smart enough to cast Ewan McGregor again in the Obi-Wan movie. And then the only other thing that's really worth watching the prequels for is The Phantom Menace, Episode 1. It has one of the most annoying and one of the worst characters, CGI characters also of all time, Jar Jar Binks. Although that's somehow George Lucas's favorite character. I don't know if he's being completely serious, but I would hope not, because it's kind of a racist, stereotypical character in some ways, and it's annoying, and I don't even know where to begin with that character, but that is the biggest thing to avoid. That character is the biggest reason to avoid the prequels. Although people hated him so much that they just had him less and less as the movies went on. He only has like one or two lines in Attack of the Clones, and I don't believe he has any lines, and if he does, it's even less than he did in Attack of the Clones, in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, so the one and only other thing besides Ewan McGregor that's really worth watching it for me would be the character Darth Maul, who is in The Phantom Menace, or Episode 1. If you've ever seen any of the X-Men movies, he's the guy who plays Toad in the original. And he's also the guy who plays Snake Eyes in the two G.I. Joe movies. I don't actually know what else he's from, but he did a really great job. And as bad as that movie was, his character definitely became a fan favorite. Okay. Okay, I might need to mute my mic again here pretty soon. I'm not sure, but I might have to. I actually have at least one or two people watching the live stream while it's happening. I think this is definitely a lot better than the first time I tried this, and then also the fact that this is just in general a better drawing, especially with how it's turning out. And so far, by this point, the other one looked like total garbage. The one of Punisher I did. Yeah. One of the worst recent drawings I've done. I was also trying to do it without any references at all. And he has like some pretty stiff looking limbs as well. So that doesn't help either. I still need to work on arms and legs and hands and feet. I'm getting a lot better than I used to be, but I'm still not that good. I would also, by the way, I would color this in with a Sharpie instead of this pen, but the Sharpie has different. It is a different shade of black, but it's not one I would want on here because it's really noticeable. I did it on a really bad picture of Venom that I drew, and I still have it in this book, but I am considering throwing it away because it irritates me to know I drew something that horrible. But I would use a Sharpie if it wasn't for that fact, and because it would be faster to color this in with, I would think, bigger tip and everything like that. So, unless I had a fine tip one, which I do have a couple fine tip Sharpies, that would probably take about as long as this is to color in. I've been coloring in for like 10, 20 minutes now, Jesus. This is all I've gotten done. What time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock. That's nice. And it's Sunday, I believe. Yeah. So I got school in the morning. Yay. And back to work for the rest of the day. I haven't even done anything else that I was planning on doing tonight. Alright. From the sounds of it, I might have to mute my mic for the next couple of minutes again. So, yeah, talking hopefully in a couple minutes. Or I'll unmute my mic again, finding out that it was pointless to mute my mic in the first place again. Oh, all right. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the drawing. Yeah, definitely. See you in the next stream. Definitely enjoy having you around. Alright. I'm gonna at least briefly unmute my mic. That was like 12 minutes of just not talking. I don't know if you guys can hear me, Jesus. So I'm almost finished. I just have to do the cape in this one little area. So, then I'm done. Yeah, color in some of these white areas. God, my arm is falling asleep and my hand is starting to hurt. I wish I had some. Well, I can't really have something that holds it right above. But I wish I could have something like that. That could hold the camera right above the drawing. Okay. Oh my God, my dog's being loud. Not sure if it'll be as neat. With the cape, yeah, I'm already screwing up. At least with coloring it in. Oh, I'm not sure if it's going to be like that or if it's going to have some light. Oh, how do I explain what I'm trying to say? God, my fingers are starting to fall asleep. So I'm like leaning on my left hand while I'm doing this because I'm laying down now instead of sitting the way I was before. Okay. We're almost finished. Yep. Just got this one last area to do, and then we're done. Yeah, I might have to like sit up because I think I'm gonna drop my phone. If I don't get off this arm. Oh, my camera flipped around. Okay. Wonder how that's gonna look. Watching, not filming, watching the actual live stream. As the camera just kind of flips itself upside down, or if you'll even notice. Well, besides me saying that it happened. Well, I do think it's funny because I might go and change this later, but the title of the live stream currently is Darth Vader helmet drawing, and I've drawn more than his helmet at this point, which I'm actually really glad I did. I'm glad I decided to draw more than just that, because overall I am very, very happy with this. Although, once I get rid of these pencil marks in the eyes, I think I'm going to be a little bit less happy with those, because although I wasn't liking it earlier, I think it looks good now, but once I erase the pencil marks, it just happens to me a lot with certain things. It looks a lot worse than it did prior to getting rid of those pencil marks. Yeah, so I really hope you guys are enjoying this. It's probably gonna get it probably gets boring a lot for anyone who is currently watching, and anyone who watches afterwards. But I wouldn't be surprised if people just kind of skipped through this, if they even bothered watching it at all. But I do hope you guys enjoyed either way. All right. So basically, all I've got left is to erase those pencil marks, and I'm done. Except for these, because I might do this off camera. If I do anything else, I might add some of the chest, but like I said, off camera. So since this is the oldest, driest ink, I will start up here when it comes to erasing. I actually might grab my bigger eraser. I don't really like these erasers. As you can see, it's like the putty erasers, but it's all I've got. I might have a white one somewhere, which are like some of the best to use as far as I know, but I don't know where those are at, or the one I have is at, if I do have it or not. Yeah, see, I'm not sure I like the eye now that all those lines are out, because it does make a big difference when certain lines are gone. Because those lines did kind of act as shading to some extent. You see, the vent is gonna look a bit. The vents are gonna look a bit different, probably. Yeah, that one looks a bit different now. See, that I hate this stuff. Sometimes I'll stick it back on just because I don't have anywhere to throw it away. But I hate it nonetheless. There's all these little black, darker areas all over the eraser because those are just older pieces. Yeah. I'm probably gonna miss some stuff that needs to be erased. I always usually do. Okay. Let me try to make this stuff a little bit lighter. Actually, not as easy to see. I wish I could just photocopy this so that way I could I could add all the stuff down here on the photocopied version, so I don't have to ruin what I have with the original. Like, I know Jim Lee, another comic book artist, for those who don't know, I know he photocopies the hell out of his pictures to do stuff like that. Or, yeah, it's nice to have backup pictures as well for things you worked your ass off, worked your ass off on. So, yeah, I think I got everything erased. About anyway. Make sure I've got everything. Can I grab the pen? Fill this little area in the helmet. It wasn't so smooth. Still doesn't look this bait was better than what it did. Alright. Now that I've got all that stuff done. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, god damn it. That's what I was saying with the racing. I had to do. God damn it. Of course I fuck it up. Last second. Okay, well. Either way, whatever. So here is the now fucked up finished product. Yeah. Little fucking. God, I hate my life. It always happens. Always happens with these drawings every time I use this fucking thing. Every time. Oh, always do it. And then it'll be like an area where I'm racing or my hand like rubs up against it and I think it's dry and it turns out not to be. Yeah, so apart from that fuck up, and that little fuck up there, these two areas, I think I'm generally happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Tell me if you watched all the way through, if you sped it up at all, whatever, I guess. Let me, yeah, definitely let me know if you enjoyed, whether you liked it, disliked it. Yeah, so, yeah, so subscribe if you want to, like only if you did enjoy, and, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. God, I wish my hands weren't so shaky.